Hey YouTube, my name is David Kirkwood.
C. Holmes, aka Tapman.
Don't mind me and my boy. I'm Ashley Holmes.
Hello, my name is Brenton Jones, and I am a writer for Breakthrough on a True Worship project.
Breakthrough is our country song.
I sat back in silence as that song was being created. I was very silent because I was just in awe of how that song was just coming out and how things were just coming out of nowhere.
With the musicians, it was allowing them to also stretch their minds and how they approach the song, because some of this stuff too wasn't necessarily something that they were used to playing. Emily, as she would tell us, that she's not necessarily a soloist. Like, she doesn't just solo just to be soloing. She's a very skilled, talented violinist, but this was also something new for her as far as her approach and how she had to process the things that we were asking her to do. Demetrius, who's our resident guitar player for most of our projects now.
Even the whole process of recording it, watching Maurice, who's a bass player, just go from bass to changing up to sound like a cello.
Same with Demetrius on this song as a country feel, playing like slide guitar, because he didn't necessarily have a slide guard to play. So I literally, from the church, had to run across the street and buy like a small bottle of something, like a small little bottle of soda, an old Coke bottle that he had to use, for the slide guitar. So yeah, if you go back and you listen to the song, you can hear those elements, but at least you can also now listen to it with a different intent of how they captured certain things. It does touch on a very personal. It comes from, again, another kind of personal testimonial, kind of first person perspective, almost like us as the audience. We're watching her through a window in her house, and this is what she's going through, and she's trying to overcome and get through this breakthrough of whatever she's dealing with.
Just seeing that whole song come about, I just sat back and watched it, just being a spectator of it, and it truly blessed my heart.
So Breakthrough, this one was a little bit different because I opened it up to the choir or group to say, hey, let's have a writing session. Let's see what happens. For those who have the desire to learn something, or just the collaborative effort. I love it. I like bouncing off of people and talking things through and figuring it out. And my one good buddy, Brenton.
So I showed up, was the only one, and I wasn't expecting to write anything.
I didn't know what we were going to be able to do because it was so much chaos that Sunday afternoon. Like, from DK and Chan, they always jamming after church, right? So they're playing and doing something, and then my children and other people's children, then it's the church babies who got to run and play after church, and then there was no like sanctuary for us. There was no like place to go, and so we came in the back into our little studio area here, and I said, man, what you going through, man? And we were able to just kind of talk to one another, and I said, man, me too. Like, I can't get out of this funk. Like, I'm just kind of like I come to church and I feel like my prayers are not heard, and I feel like I'm depressed. I can't find a way out of it. I'm dealing with my husband's traveling a lot, and I'm at home, and I'm just trying to find me again, and so he started writing down some lyrics, and he was saying, through my own personal hurt and pain, I find it hard to praise your name. I've lost sight of your glory and what you did on Calvary for me. And that's all we had. And then I said, we need a breakthrough.
The Holy Spirit was obviously there, and it met me, and I started to pour out what was inside my heart. And what I didn't know at that time was that I needed a breakthrough because I was struggling with obedience to God in a particular area in my life, specifically lust, to be candid. And so I had tried all these methods of trying to do things like, okay, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to look at this. I'm not going to go to this place. But I never gave my full attention and like myself to God. So I just kept struggling. It was like being a hamster on a wheel. So when I was writing, I started to ask God for a breakthrough because I needed to come out of what I was in, and I knew that He was the only one that could get me there, and I was tired of trying to do everything myself because like dealing with struggling for lust for all your entire life and not having any answers and hearing the word and not really applying it, for some reason that's when the Holy Spirit decided that to bring what was in me out.
Now I wrote something else at the end. I gotta let it go. For this world brings trouble, but I know if I keep my eyes on you, you'll be there to see me through. I need a breakthrough. Like, it was like we answered our own question. But in order for us, and it seemed like it should have just been an easy thing for us to obtain the answer to. But we had to talk. We had to have this meeting of the minds moment where he can go and play. And he played those chords. And I just kind of sang and I said, DK, record this real quick. And I went home and I wrote that first verse. These rainy days never seem to go away, to set the stage for where I was coming from, meeting with where he was coming from. It is a crying out to the Lord saying, Lord, please, I need this. I need it. And I'm going to look to the hills from which cometh my help, because I know only you can send that for me. So both of us were in the same place, same time, meeting the Lord in the same place, same time, which is key. It is a meeting together with Him for us to have our epiphany moments. And breakthrough is supposed to let you know that, like, I'm a preacher's kid. He's a preacher's kid. We're all like the same kind of folks, you know what I'm saying? We all, and he's on a whole nother stage of life, and so am I. We're all the same kind of people going through the same kind of stuff, and there is help. There is other people that you should be talking and conversing with. There is those moments where we need to let go and stop trying to intellectualize everything and trying to figure out, oh, what do I need to do next, when it is probably just sitting still and listening. Not hearing, because hearing, you can hear anything, but to listen is to comprehend. And so breakthrough is a release, a letting go, saying, Lord, I don't want to be this way anymore. I want to change. And I know only you can change it.
I know Brenton was in a certain place when he even came up with that song.
You know, when we go through stuff, we like to keep it in because of pride, and we have the mask on and our nice clothes when we come to church. But what we really need is all types of breakthroughs, and we have to really treat going to church like it's a hospital, you know, and we have to come and lay down our burdens and give them to God, because that's the only way that we're going to really enter into true worship and just take off all the veils. And that's what I wanted to do with that song. I wanted to reach the people that needed a helping hand, that don't know what they need, but it's that. And that song really is a cry out for God along the lines of Psalms, of what David was writing, like when he got revelations that he was in a pit and he needed God to get him out. He wrote and he acknowledged God for who he was, and he's like, God, I can't do it on my own. So that's where I came from, a breakthrough. And I just hope it blesses whoever listens to it, and the hearts of those who hear it will be humbled by it and know that they can fall before God and ask Him for a breakthrough, because that's the only way that you're going to get it. And whatever you're battling, whatever you're going through, pride and all your methods, you're only prolonging the process. So the faster you get to God and ask Him to deliver you and to make you free, that's the quicker and better you'll be.
And then LaRonda just, if we in the pre-production process of Breakthrough, LaRonda, you know, kind of went through the whole process. We're all sitting here emotional. In the recording process, once we got there, she just blew it away. And every time I hear that song, it just gives me chills. That's one of my favorite songs on the album as well.
Be sure to check out our other videos, and thank you for watching this one and all of our series. Please subscribe. You can find us at TRIEDSTONE Music. That's our name. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and please be sure to go to TRIEDSTONEmusic.com. Just help us out. This is a great movement. Be a part of it. God bless you.